hello everyone, Happy New Year's. And we're a couple hours away, but this was made a little while ago by Clev. I don't think he minds me telling everyone that. It was shared in my Patreon stuff, and yeah, I figured we should probably do this at some point, because I'm a narcissist, but I'm also my harshest judge, so it should be fun. Let's see, chats are both up. Hello everyone piling in. Yeah, that music was extremely... It made me jump, and I was the one launching it. Only watched Final Fantasy 3 on PSP, but it's been a fun journey. Thank you for watching. I really like Final Fantasy. We'll get to that later. So in terms of, like, this tier list, I'm not going to go too spoily about it. I'll probably I'll talk about what I liked about it or what I didn't like about it, and then we'll go from there. I'll try not to spoil any of the games, though. Subscribe to Persona 5 playthrough and accidentally click this. Well, thank you for accidentally click it. Happy New Year to you as well. Hello, fellow nerds. Yeah, no one else has anything better to do tonight, right? Well, at least in my time. Some of you probably are done celebrating the New Year's. But yeah, I don't know. I was recording Metaphor at like 5:30 today, 6 o'clock, and they just started blasting fireworks outside. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But man, that was definitely early. I only recorded 2 Metaphors today, but I was gonna record some Castlevania today, but I am very lost in that game. I'm extremely lost in that game. Hopefully I can figure it out tomorrow. So yeah, we're playing Friends of Mineral Town music here. Things I used to use during like the Supermarket Simulator, which I might check out again. It had a few updates. This is the last time I played. Plus with the 10 o'clock early fireworks. It was, yeah, 5 o'clock p.m. fireworks here. But yeah, it was interesting. But alright, yeah, let's get started on harshly judging myself / jerking myself off pretty much with this tier list. We'll start at the top. So, 13 Sentinels. That was a Patreon series, if I remember correctly. That is a good game, weird way to tell a story, unique way to tell a story. There were a lot of comments like, oh, he's not enjoying it, and like, you know, he doesn't understand the story. I thought I understood the story fair enough. I did enjoy it a fair amount. Probably could have, the playthrough itself could have been a little bit better. Have I been losing weight? Yes, in the most technical turn. I have lost 6 pounds, I think. I also got a haircut, but here's hoping we're losing more. Not too much more though. Actually, no, I need to lose a lot more. But, you know, gradual pace. Yeah, I've been kind of trying. I've been doing rubber band therapy, but that's not really weight loss stuff. Anyways, 13 Sentinels. So, where would I put this? Probably B. Because the gameplay was fun. I thought the playthrough was good, but there was a lot of comments that were like, I don't really know if he gets the game. But I really hope they make a sequel to something like this or a similar. I do hope they expand the gameplay if they do that, right? Because yeah, some of the combat stuff was a little off, but at the same time, it was still enjoyable, and I like doing it. The Nonary games, 999. So that's the first one, which opened up a can of worms in terms of that series. There was 3 games in that series. And all of them were really weird, but really, really good. I think the first one... I think I want to put that in A, because I think the series went really well in terms of, like... just... me talking. This is very narcissistic. I can't even talk. Narcissistic. There we go. But I felt like I did pretty good in terms of commentary for that, but also the game was just super enjoyable to play. Because sometimes, like, even if I really enjoy a game, and we'll talk about this a little later, but like sometimes I'll really enjoy a game or a series, but it's like, okay, Venus, you're choking me. But it gets to the point where it's like, oh, okay, I got to do like 3 episodes today. If I want daily episodes, do I want to do that or do I want to put it off? And with that series, all 3 of them, I was like, yeah, no, let's completely actually just do this. It didn't get to like Elden Ring levels or Dragon Quest 3 levels, of course, but it was just enjoyable all around. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Nonary games too, if you like visual novels with mysteries, I guess you can say, around it. So definitely check that out. You thought Venus was my headphones? No, she's sitting on my headphones. One of my favorite games, not my favorite playthroughs. Fair enough. I mean, that does happen sometimes too. Some people have definitely recommended games to me and I play them and like, well, that wasn't really the response I was looking for, but all right. I think it's more that you could experience the game so differently at times. That's true with the storytelling for 13 Sentinels, right? But, you know, it is what it is. I understand some games that I have played on this channel don't translate well to, like, Let's Plays, I guess you can say. But it is what it is. Zelda Link to the Past stream. Oh, man. That was a while ago at this point, wasn't it? I feel like that was yesterday. But it's Link to the Past. And that's just an overall great game. I honestly don't remember how the streams went, though. I'm sure they were fine. But at the same time, I don't recall. Thank you for getting off my headphones. Can I listen to the music now? No? It's okay. C or D? I mean, the game's great. Could always do it, don't remember tear. That's, I guess, true. Venus, no! God damn it. Alright. She likes to lay on the mouse. I'll just put in the D for now. Because the game's great. But, yeah, I don't remember how the streams went or anything from the streams, which is kind of interesting. AI the Somnium... Venus. God damn it. AI the Somnium Files. Another weird visual novel-esque game. I guess it's not esque, it is a visual novel. But, super cool, weird story. Really good time. I ended up loving, like, most of the characters except for, like, a couple of weirdos in there. Let's see. I want to get around to the goddamn sequel at some point. Just finding time for it has just been insane. I have to put that in A. We also got that nice short that was like... the sniffing one. God damn it. So... You know what? I think I have to put that in S. That was a great series. That was a great game. It was hilarious and just really good. Your Let's Plays from 16 to 2002 were the best. Probably. Analytically, you're probably right, too. During COVID, things popped off for a while. Alan Wake, another good game that was done by Patreon. A Patreon series usually do recommend extremely good games for me. At least I end up enjoying them a lot. Again, I need to get around to the sequels, Control and Alan Wake 2. I'm not very good at these types of games. And I'm not sure, like, if some of my commentary was good for some of, like, the cutscenes. I did end up talking over some cutscenes, if I remember correctly. I do that a lot, though. There's no stopping that. And also, there's no point of trying not to sometimes, because if I don't talk for a while, people are like, well, at least they used to be. They used to be like, you should really speak more. Or if I talk too much, people are like, you shouldn't talk through cutscenes. So it's like, you know what, I'm just going to speak when I want to speak. And that's worked out fairly well for me. Anyways, Alan Wake, probably B tier, I would imagine. Good game. I felt like the series was fine. Nothing stand out about it, though. Yeah. I do got to get around to those sequels. There's so many sequels I got to get around to. It's actually insane. Alien Isolation. This was another stream game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because I had a face cam for it, right? Oh, right. Yeah, because I wanted to Photoshop my face where Ripley's face was, and I could not, for the life of me, actually get it to work. I just could not get it to look good or even just remotely funny. That was frustrating, but I really, really enjoyed the game. I feel like I had the opposite of the opinion on the AI than most people do. Like, a lot of people like say that the game has the best AI for the Alien. It's so adaptive. And honestly, I was just like, it seemed like a standard AI that just kind of followed where you were. And I spent a lot of the time hiding. Great game overall, but I think I definitely came away with an opposite opinion in terms of like the AI of the game. Overall, I hope they make another one though. Maybe with improved AI and not sitting waiting for the alien to leave for too long anyways. I know that's part of the gameplay, but when I'm sitting in one spot for 15 minutes because the alien won't leave the room, it's kind of is what it is. But I definitely think everyone should watch that. I think everyone should definitely watch the top 3 for sure. But I'm also like, you should watch all my stuff because why not? It's just more of me, right? Amnesia, another stream game. It was a horror game, right? It was okay. I feel like I went into this game expecting something different from it. Because I remember when this game first got released, it was like making waves in terms of like just people's expectations and overall, like, felt like people were saying it was a genre changer, but it was fine. It was good. It was a really good game, but I don't know, maybe I went into it too hyped with it and I was expecting something else. Again, horror games aren't really my forte, and it's only until like a few years ago I really okay, it's more than a few years ago at this point, but I'm looking over at chat over there, but the camera's right there. I should look at that. Yeah, it's been a little while since I started doing some horror game stuff, but I definitely feel like I went into this with probably too high of expectations for it. It was still good, and I feel like the stream series was fine. Nothing really stand out about it. So yeah, putting that in C for now. Fucking another Crab's Treasure. I gotta put that in D, because I couldn't find time to stream it, and eventually, like, when I did get to it, I was just so fucking rusty with it that it was embarrassing, really, that I was streaming what I was doing. It was a really fun game. I want to get back to it at some point, but I don't know. It's like one of those games where it's like I need to keep on it if I'm going to play it on stream, because if I don't keep on it, I'm going to forget like mechanics or just response times for some of the enemies and end up looking like an idiot, which is part of the fun sometimes. But yeah, it is a shame. That was a fun game when I was streaming it, so maybe one day we'll get to it or get back to it. Can you stop sitting on the mouse, sweetie? It's like, no, she can't. It's a mouse. Cats sit on mice, apparently. Anyways, yeah, it is kind of a bummer. I want to get back to it at some point, but it is unfinished, and last time I streamed it, I ended the stream like, I can never stream that again. So we'll put that in D for now. Yeah. Apollo Justice, right? That is Apollo Justice, yeah? Yeah. So that's the 4th Phoenix Wright game, though with a different main character around. It, where would I rank that in terms of my favorite Phoenix Wright games, huh? I got one more left that I need to do, and I plan on doing that at some point, probably soonish. I'm not sure yet. I would like to get to it somewhat soonish. Yeah. I mean, they were all really good. They're all really fun to do, and it's fun voicing the characters. Second to last for you. Man, you know, I always have a hard time thinking of that. Like, where to rank things in a series when I enjoy all of them for some reason. I don't know. A little late, but Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you as well. I'd love to see more tier lists in general. I probably will be trying to do... I know I said this every time. I do like doing tier lists as well. But I would like to, at some point, do more. I know I saved a couple of them that I planned on doing. So... without trying to get into spoilers. Oh, I'm trying not to spoil anything. I don't know. I mean, they're all really good, I feel like. I do forget some of the voices sometimes when the series goes on for a while, but I think that's just because I'm getting older and my memory's starting to fucking go down the drain. But yeah, I don't know. At least in terms of my series, I definitely think that's in the S tier. I think a lot of the visual novel stuff will probably be A and S. But I'm really, really honest with you. In terms of that, though, I have no idea where I'd rank that with all the other Phoenix Wright games that I played. They're all really, really good. Astral Chain. Gameplay-wise, I feel like I did pretty good, and I enjoyed the game a lot. I couldn't get into any of the post-game stuff for the most part. I think we did, what, one episode of post-game stuff? No, was that just the end of the finale? I think it was. Maybe. But it was a good game. I'm surprised they haven't made another one for it, but, yeah, I don't know. I felt the series pretty good. Nothing, again, standoffish, or not standoffish, stand out about it. I like the way a lot of the characters looked. Oh, what the hell was her name? The fucking dog mascot lady. She was adorable. Mia? No. One second, I gotta go. Casey has had a stomach bug for a couple days. At least I hope it's a stomach bug. He's pretty old. But I gotta just go upstairs for a second. I'll be right back. All right. Did the music stop? Oh, there it is. Okay. That was weird. But yeah, Marie. Oh, Marie. It was Marie. Okay. At least it started with an M, right? All right. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. I'm back. How's it going? Sorry about that. Play some Blue Archive music. You're watching the Astral Chain walkthrough now. That's a really good game. I think I did all right. Probably not the best, but it was an overall fun series. Yeah, I'm really hoping this is just a stomach issue with Casey right now. Nothing too bad. But it is what it is, right? Honestly, he just wanted attention and some water up there, which is fine. He's not alone, so it should be good. All right. Anyways, where would I put Astral Chains in terms of my series stuff? Probably B. This was another Patreon series game. Again, I really, really liked it. I'm not super great at like action games, but I felt like I did okay for the most part. I think I did miss some mechanics if I remember correctly, but I think it was pretty good overall. Oh, Jesus, Astrobot. We just finished this one. Another Patreon series game. I'll put it in A, then we'll talk about it, because it's close to S, but some of those button stages made me go insane for a little bit. At the same time, overall, that game was fantastic. I know some people are upset it won Game of the Year. It wouldn't be my personal choice for Game of the Year, but it was an amazing game, and I'm not surprised that it won a lot of awards, right? The music in it was fantastic, the controls were amazing, and the level designs were also amazing. So, yeah, it's one of those games where it's like, I get it. I'm not super great at it, but I get it. I did pretty good with it, actually. Play DMC. I'm actually surprised you haven't Let's Played any of the... I haven't played DMC, I think, since the third one. Yeah. And the only thing I can remember from DMC is going to sound so vague. There's like, oh man, there's like this hallway. I don't know. Is that DMC or am I mixing things up? I had this visual of Dante running through this like a grayish arena corridor. That could also have been God of War, though. Long time, though, since I played one of the DMC games. I think I like them. I definitely like them enough to play 3 of them, if I remember correctly. But anyways, Astrobot. I know there were some complaints or nitpicking about it's just kind of a marketing gimmick, which maybe. It definitely reminded me of games that I haven't thought of in many years and wish to play again. But I own all those games and I can just break them out and play them. It's not like I need to buy them again. Sounds like DMC 1. It might be. Yeah, I can't think of anything else from that game other than Dante's red coat and that like grayish arena, that gray hallway-esque thing, which is very generic and doesn't really help. But yeah, I had no problem with like the nostalgia flex. Now, if it was like every game I was playing, I probably wouldn't want to play Astrobots constantly. Like if tomorrow they released another Astrobot, I'd probably like, all right, calm down, give it a couple years. But at the same time, it was a fantastic experience. I did lose my shit on a couple of levels though. Hey, Mask Guy. Playroom, for a free game, it's really, really good. It's not super long. Astrobot wasn't super long either, but it's free. And it's very similar to Astrobot, but... Can I help you? Why do you scream at me at night? As I was saying, it's very similar to Astrobot. A little... You can tell when you play Astrobot from coming from the Playroom that it is the foundation of what they built Astrobot off of, pretty much. Because there's some stuff in it that wasn't as smooth, but overall pretty good. I think it was the boss, the final boss was actually pretty dope. JRPG or Western RPGs? I don't know. I really like the Elder Scrolls stuff and like a bunch of the Fallout stuff, but also I play mainly JRPGs in terms of like everything these days, but I don't know. I guess it really depends. My mood, really. But yeah, Playroom stuff is definitely a lesser Astrobot, and overall pretty fun. Very quick, though. Very quick experience. Baldur's Gate 3. Everyone's favorite Let's Play series that didn't go on for too long at all. and so many people loved it, and I was so good at it, and clearly it was amazing experience overall. What just happened there? There we go. Yeah, is in Crab Souls indeed because it's never finished. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm judging these based on like how I felt the series went and how I did in the series. In Crab Souls, it never was finished, and the last time I played it, I was so rusty that I was embarrassed, pretty much. Anyways, back to Baldur's Gate 3. I loved Baldur's Gate 3. It did go on forever. And that's the type of game where people are going to question your sanity and if you're a psychopath or not. I felt like I reined it in pretty well for the most part. At the same time, I don't think it was my best series at all. I don't think it was bad. I think I had a blast with it, but I definitely understand why it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Guess I'll put it in C. Yeah, sure. So what you're saying is that we should watch this Baldur's Gate 3. Honestly, if you can get into that type of gameplay and me making some questionable decisions here and there, I didn't do too bad, but apparently a lot of people didn't really like some of the stuff. But anyways, it's fine. I thought it was great. Should all watch it, clearly. But I understand why it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Bayonetta is... That's the first... no, that's the second one. Yeah. Great game. I think the series overall was pretty good. However, the first few episodes, I kind of fucked up the game audio. But it does get better, and the game overall was pretty great, and I feel like I did alright with it. I want to play the third one at some point. I know it wasn't as well received as the other two, but I would like to. Yeah, I guess that's fair. The audio does get better, but the first few episodes were kind of fucked with the audio. Yeah, I think B's fine for it. Interesting where you put Cyber Sleuths. We'll get there eventually. It's somewhere down there. I've seen a Dishonored LP. Yeah, that definitely brings out the psychopath. You sadly missed a lot of Baldur's Gate in terms of pain. I kind of thought everything was timed when we first done it, because honestly, a lot of games like that, when you're given like you need to do this now, you actually need to hurry up and do it. Because if you don't, you will fucking suffer the consequences. So I was coming from a very old school mentality for it. At the same time, it is what it is. It was a blind playthrough, right? Again, if you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, it's not that bad in terms of like a CRPG. In terms of difficulty to jump into, and it's not that hard to like do your characters compared to a lot of the other ones. At the very least, you can fix it, like in Baldur's Gate 3. Other ones, older ones, you don't get a chance to fix it. Like if you make a mistake leveling up, you either hope you have a save or you have to re-roll the entire game. But yeah. It's a really great game. I know it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but yeah. Bayonetta 1, the first Bayonetta game, obviously, it was kind of mind-blowing when I played it. And for an action shooter-ish game like that, I feel like it did really well. And I loved every second of it. I mean, I loved every second of Bayonetta 2 as well, but the audio issues definitely fucked it over a little bit. I wasn't very good at it, but I did okay. I didn't really get too many, I think it was platinums, right? Or golds, statues. I gotta be yes, I think. It's really good. Did you play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 beforehand? I played that shit when it first came out. Like, when it was first released. Don't ask any details of it, because I can barely remember some stuff, except for a couple of characters and love interests. But yeah, a long time since I played those. But I definitely, from what I remember, loved them. I think I played the first one multiple times. Not sure about the second one. Maybe I played the second one multiple times. Yeah. Should try that at some point. Anyways, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. That comes after Rebirth, right? Yeah. Was this the third? Yeah, because this is original Binding of Isaac. This is Rebirth. You can kind of tell by the thumbnails, because I used to do the name in the thumbnails after Rebirth, I think it was. At this point, I was losing my love for, like, roguelike games, and I was kind of salty with some of the balance changes they were making in Afterbirth. It was still good. Did I ever Platinum God that? I don't think I did. I think I ended up dropping it at some point. One second, I'm checking my playlists. I'm pretty sure I dropped it. Let's see. No, that's Rebirth. Man, I've played a lot of games on this channel. Oh yeah, there's only 60 episodes. Yeah. Oh, fuck the money dude. I remember that guy. Wait, it only goes up to episode 59, but there's 60 episodes in the playlist? That is... Oh, there's a Lost Creed special. Okay. Sure, interesting. Yeah, that's when I started, like, not really enjoying the genre in the game. Yeah, interesting to see so many pins in the old Let's Plays. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. We're already there, kind of. I think I'll put this in D. Yeah, because I remember how frustrating it was just every time they made a balance change. It just infuriated me, and then I just kind of just hated playing it after a while. How the cat's doing? Well, Venus was yelling at me, but now she's laying over there. Kovu is somewhere. I don't know where. He came back a couple hours ago, and then he wouldn't come in the house. And when I went to pick him up, he kind of flopped over to his side and then got up and ran away. And then he came back when I had Casey out there for a little bit, and then he walked away. He'll be back in a bit when he gets cold. The kittens, they're doing good. All the other cats hate him. Even Casey doesn't like them. I feel so bad for them. They just want to be friends with everyone, but they don't like them. But they're doing good. They're getting big. I finally figured out that putting, like, mint on the oxygen cable will keep them out from biting it. So that's good. Vinegar didn't work. They just ate it faster. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, the first expansion for Binding of Isaac, I was still, like, knee deep in freaking, like, my roguelike love at this point. And it was an overall great series. Not series, great game. Series, it was probably... I don't know. It's a lot of the same thing. And honestly, I don't even remember what I would talk about most of the time, outside of like gameplay stuff. That's when they added the challenge modes too. Those are pretty fun. Ah, yeah, B. I think I had a pretty decent mic at this point for this series too, so quality-wise, it's not too bad. But Binding of Isaac original, I was in love with this game. Quality-wise, this is like one of the first series I did on this channel. So bad microphone. Probably bad audio for game. Not even sure commentary-wise if I even knew how to talk back then. I don't want to put it in D because I feel like it was better than Afterbirth. But quality-wise, it's a little rough. There's a lot of episodes for it too. I think it was like 100 and something, or that might be Rebirth. The most of the thumbnails are in a weird order. I think it's alphabetical, to be honest. Or at least some form of alphabetical. Well, no, there's Zelda. I don't know. I have no idea. It's fine. We're just jumping around a little. We got a fuck ton to go through. We might be spending all of next year doing this. But yeah, I think C's alright for the first Binding of Isaac. Definitely quality-wise, in terms of like commentary, probably wasn't the best because it was one of my first series. Hey, Mikey. Audio, like quality in terms of like equipment, absolutely atrocious. Had a USB mic from Walmart. Eventually, I think I did get a snowball. Yeah. Love your let's play. Oh, thank you very much. Look at the first half of it, I was just bad mic. Or at least standard mic for that day. But yeah, I think C's fair enough for that. BioShock 2. I really enjoyed the BioShock series. Was I good at it? No. Did I find everything? No. Honestly, I am still kind of mad at BioShock 2 actually, because I had planned to do the DLC and it crashed on me, and then I just didn't. I just didn't go back. I have 2 episodes. Oh no, I have 1.5 episodes of BioShock 2 DLC sitting on my hard drive. And in the second one, in 17 minutes, I crash and have to do like everything over again, and I just never went back to do it. It was months ago, I think at this point, which is horrifying to think of because I feel like it was yesterday. Where is it? BioShock. Date. View details. It was in October. Yeah. October 1st is when I recorded these episodes. First episode, it's probably not 41 minutes long, but it's probably close. And then I only did like 21 minutes of the second one. Yeah, I should probably get back to that at some point. But we'll see if I ever forgive it for crashing on me. The overall general series of it, though, I think all 3 of them would go in A for me. They were all really good. I feel like my performance in them were fine, if not really good too in some points. The overall reception for them was pretty good as well. My favorite is your Final Fantasy 3 and Dragon Quest 11. Yeah. Oh man, Dragon Quest 11. I feel like it's been forever since I did that one. And I guess it has been a few years at this point. Yeah, I think A is good for the BioShock series. Because all of them were just really good and just, I think, enjoyable to do. And I'm hoping they seem like they were enjoyable to watch too. I do like I remember the glitch in BioShock Infinite. And Elizabeth teleports behind a gate and says stuck and I had to reset the game. That was just funny, but still. So not Bioshock, Bloodborne. We got 2 of them. We got the first series over here. Is my cursor showing up? No. Alright. Well, the first series right here. I'm moving it around. Oh, there it is. Oh, my cursor is showing up. Weird. Where did Bloodborne go? There he is. Okay. So, yeah. First Bloodborne. This came after Dark Souls 3, right? I think so. Yeah, Bloodborne is an amazing game. I never got around to the DLC like I said I was going to at the end of this series. But, you know, when it came out, it was really fun. I feel like it was a well-received series at the release, for the most part. Not as well received as Dark Souls 3. That series took off for some reason. But overall, I think it was old. It is old at this point, but a lot of these are old at this point. I think the 2 non-area games of the How I Find Your channel, they were fairly popular when they were being released, the episodes. A or B? Probably A. I don't think it's S. I ended up using only really one sword after I got it. If I think this long for all these games, it's gonna be fucking forever before we finish this. Okay, how about this? We'll put this in B, because I did say we were gonna do the DLC and I just never came back for it, which is just bullshit on my part. I do that a lot. We'll go over that eventually. I feel like I didn't do much variety in terms of like weapons, but overall I felt like the series was pretty good, so B is fairly well. The stream of Bloodborne, I think, was much better. One, you get this cool little thumbnail with my face in it. There's a camera with it as well. I was so fucking lost, like, I apparently forgot most of the game when I was playing it. I feel like we changed up the weapon a fair amount of times in the stream, if I remember correctly. And we ended up doing the DLC. But it was a stream, so I didn't do it that often, because I'm very bad at streaming. Consistent streaming is not part of my repertoire, apparently. Not anymore. But I think that's fair. Yeah. Zelda, Breath of the Wild. That was a stream game, wasn't it? Tears of the Kingdom wasn't. That was just a normal series. Oh! I found that special horse, but I didn't know it was special at the time. Like, that's right. I named it Bright. I was like, oh, I was so happy. I'm like, wow, we found this cool looking horse. That's amazing. And then it actually being somewhat important by accident. Again, it's a stream game, so it went on for a while. But I feel like that was a pretty good playthrough overall. Tears of the Kingdom... I don't know. I don't remember how well people received that series, actually. I loved it. I loved every part of that. I'm gonna put that in S. I feel like I did pretty good with the game. I forget how people do it, but I actually love that game, like hardcore. So that's going up there. It was just fun to play all the time too. I mean, to be fair, Baldur's Gate 3 was as well, but I definitely know that wasn't everyone's cup of tea. And I definitely know I didn't do too well at certain points of the game. But still. Castlevania... This is the Sega one, right? Was it Bloodlines? Yeah. Honestly... I mean, it did take me... I did have to look up how to do the super jump in that game. But... I mean, it was pretty decent, I think, in terms... again, this is one of the blind Let's Plays for Castlevania, and it was, I think, fairly okay. The first... Right! I played Breath of the Wild twice, didn't I? Holy shit! I forgot about that. Wait. Oh, this one's Breath of the Wild too? Okay. Okay, so this was the incomplete stream. My god. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I didn't even... Wow. What's the game in the top left of that here? That's probably AI Somnium Files you're looking at. This thing up here? Yeah, that's AM Somnium Files. I totally forgot that I tried streaming Breath of the Wild. And then I didn't. See, this is what I mean about being bad at consistent streaming, right? But yeah, okay. Wow, I fucking blacked that out completely. Yeah, anyways, Bloodlines, fairly good game, fairly good series. Very quick series, too. These Castlevania games are very, very short for the most part. They're all really enjoyable. I definitely recommend all of them. Circle of the Moon, fucking hard. And okay, end of game, really hard compared to a lot of the Castlevania games that I played. Also, I really did not understand the DS system they had with it. I had to look that up eventually. But I think the series was overall fine for the most part, other than those two little... it deserves a B. I feel like. Yeah. Oh, the second Castlevania game. I ended up having to look up a guide for that. I think it's still enjoyable, but I actually had to follow a guide while doing a Let's Play. Which, if I made the guide, that's one thing. But the fact that I had to look up a guide to complete this game, I know that's kind of the standard with, Castlevania 2. But still, I felt weird about it. It's like, oh, watch me read this guide and complete the game. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's Castlevania 2, and I think it was only 5 episodes long. I tried to do it blind, but that's not really, didn't really work. Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3, and Castlevania 1. I think these probably fit well into the B tier. Yeah. Yeah, it probably fits well in the B tier. Catherine fully loaded. No, full body, not fully loaded. It also kind of looks like full booty as well. I might need glasses. Fun series. I did say I'd eventually probably go back and try to do the C Catherine route, right? Because I did the 2 other Catherine routes. Never got back to it though. Also not my type, but yeah. Puzzles were really hard, and I did them twice because I didn't know you could fast forward until partway through the second route, which is hilarious. Yeah, I think this could probably go... I was bad at the puzzles, too. I was gonna do it on the hard difficulty, but I had to drop it down, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, I think A is a good place for Catherine. It's a really good game. Really interesting game. Puzzles were a bitch sometimes. But overall, I think it was a pretty good experience. The Extra Life stream for Chrono Trigger, man, I missed Extra Life 2 years in a row now. That's such fucking, it's insane. I don't want to miss them. Just finding 2 days to do 2 12-hour streams is, I can't even find days to do 4-hour streams. Hopefully this year, maybe I'll just do 1 day, even if it's not 12 hours, if I can get to it. It's so disappointing to miss them again. Or I could just do like a video series or like, hey, this was an extra rights video, donate. Because it goes to a good cause. And I like doing it, but I'm just finding the time for it's been rough. It's been rough finding time to do extra stuff like that, unfortunately. But that one was really good. Ah, but there was a copyright bullshit. Yeah, I had to deal with copyright with the first stream because of the music. Overall, it's still good, I think. So it's still S tier. I heard Full Body was controversial. I'm sure some people thought it was controversial. It is what it is. I think everyone finds everything controversial these days, to be quite honest, no matter what it is. But at the same time, it is what it is. Crisis Core. Again, stream series. Overall, fairly well, I feel like. But I definitely took forever to finish it, so I think C or B. I feel like C is fine for because, the thumbnail's really good, though. Yeah, that thumbnail's fucking amazing. Yeah. That thumbnail's so good. I did slack on some of those streams, but but that thumbnail is really good. Yeah, we'll leave it in B. Cuphead. Oh my god, Cuphead. Oh man, there's DLC for that, and I definitely said that I was going to come back and do the DLC for that, didn't I? Like I said, a bunch of post-game stuff too. Man. That's... Oops. Nailed on my own headset. Yeah, there's DLC for that. God damn it. I never went back to it. Cuphead was an amazing game, I felt like. It was like old school Mega Man for the most part. Well, no, not really. Some levels were like old school Mega Man, but others were just rail shooters, kind of. Or whatever you call those types of stages. Good game. I kind of sucked at the beginning of it for the most part, but I felt like it was overall pretty good near the end of it. I think I had to do like an editing montage at some point, though. I think B's fine for that. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go back and do the DLC at some point. How long could it possibly be? Oh, now we have all the Danganronpa games. Alright, so... the odd one out is probably gonna be the summertime one. Good deal, good thumbnail. In terms of my face on Junko's. I never played more than like a couple hours of it though, and I think we did that on stream too. I do want to get back to this at some point, but I don't think I will. Hey Chronos, also never commented on your stream before, just want to say I enjoyed playing it. Thank you very much. I feel like all four of these though are gonna go into S tier, while the summertime one can go down here, because I never really finished it, and it was only a couple hour long stream, I think it was. Or was it an hour of? No, it was a stream, right? Yeah. All four of these Danganronpa games, though, even Ultra Despair Girl, which I actually really, really enjoyed, I feel like series-wise, while some of the episodes get stupidly long because I did the trials all in one episode for the most part, except for the first one, I think, were all extremely good. So yeah, I definitely feel like those go up there. The visual novel LPs are pretty good, solely from the fact that you'll kill your voicing all the characters. That's true. That's why I don't do visual novels back to back usually, or even walk through Let's Plays back to back. What's my fave Danganronpa game? Probably 2. Man, I think 1 had most of my favorite characters. But I think overall 2 was a little bit better. Yeah. They're all really good though. You know what's not really good though? The Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin stream. Honestly, I probably would have put this up to C because I really like Dark Souls 2. I didn't like how bloated the enemies were in the Scholar DLC remake, whatever you want to call it, but it was fine for the most part. What sucks about this series is that it's incomplete because of a issue I ran into when recording Final Fantasy X, which ended up making me lose the save for Dark Souls 2 stream. It's unfortunate, but we need a little girl with a smoker's voice tier list. Yeah. I think I've legitimately damaged my voice doing it with Radius, actually, and that was just like the first one. Damaged my throat, I should say. That would be an interesting tier list. But yeah, I lost the save for Dark Souls 2. That sucked horribly. Never finished any of the DLCs, I think, right? I think I made it to the boss on most of them. And then I was like stuck for a little bit, but I was gonna come back and do it on the next stream, and then I lost the save. And that was just heartbreaking. So, in the D tier you go. Which one's this? Is that Dark Souls 3? Oh, is that one of the DLCs? Oh, what the hell was that DLC? It was the first one, right? Let's see. Let's go to my playlists again. Maybe sort by 50 of them. See if that's a little faster. Nope. Let's see. Where the fuck is Dark Souls 3? Oh, there. Okay. So, Dark Souls 3. Yeah, that is Ashes of Ariandel. Yeah, okay. Probably could have just Googled that faster or waited for chat to catch up. Yeah. Final boss for that was really cool. The area was interesting. I think, this one had a cool dragon, the ring one, the ring city. This one was snowy, and everyone loves a snow level. For the dragon, I'll put that in A tier. For everything else, I'll put the second one in B. Now, the sorcery only run that I tried for Dark Souls 3. Interesting concept. I got stuck on the Crystal Sage though, which is just embarrassing. At the same time, it was really hard that just do magic only, and no attacks whatsoever. If you're using attacks and magic, generally speaking, in a Souls game, magic is very overpowered and will bring you a long way if you incorporate it with regular attacks too for some of the weaker enemies. Just using magic, absolutely not easy. So, also incomplete, so goes to D. Now, Dark Souls 3 was, I think, the first series to ever get like 1,000 views in a day. If I'm remembering correctly. Like, it took off. I thought something was wrong, right? I was legitimately worried for the for the whole day that something went wrong with the series. Oh, that didn't work. One of these days, I'll actually get like a little tray I can put the keyboard on. I'll write the Balrog enemy. I mean, to this day, it still does fairly well in terms of like its viewer and retention. But yeah, this series like took off, and actually can't barely even see the analytics for it. Oh well, it's fine. It's kind of a mess, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, that series fucking took off, and I was worried that something was wrong. I was very concerned when that series took off. Dark Souls 3 is an amazing game. I do want to play it again at some point. It's been a really long time. It's been from when the series was released. Well, actually, no, that's not true. It's been when the DLC or the magic only run since I played it. But it's a long, long time. Dark Souls 3 is when you learn. Yeah, a lot of people actually stuck around from that, which is great. Every time a series pops off like that, a good influx of people stay around for a little bit, which is always nice. But yeah, that was a great game. I need to play it again at some point. I don't know when, though. Dark Souls Remastered. It was, again, really good. I felt like a lot of people weren't as receptive to it when that series came out for whatever reason. At the same time, I had fun with it. It's a Souls game. I really like Souls game, and it's based off Dark Souls 1. I'll put it in A tier. I definitely think if you like Souls games, you should go watch and play it. But at the same time, I know it wasn't as well received as some others for whatever reason. Usually I can tell when a series is not well received for what the reason is, but not this time. Probably because it wasn't really a blind Let's Play. It was just playing the remastered for the first time. That's probably it. Oh, Dead Space. Oh, man, I was actually going to stream Dead Space 2, but then I ran out of time to stream. Yeah, that was a really good game. Pretty poor freaking thumbnail, though. Kind of like the Amnesia ones, but... it was pretty... You know, I'll put it in B. It was a good run. I can't wait to get to the other Dead Space games. I just don't know when that's going to be. I know they remade the first Dead Space. It's weird. I felt like that was well received, but I also thought I saw that they weren't going to do a second one. Gonna need it. Times your cat to trip the list. That spans many different cats. Two, not many, just like two. It used to be Eeyore's job to interrupt me, and then it became Venus's when she was the only cat around. Okay, so Dead Space 2 Remake was reportedly in development, but not anymore. They deny it. Dead Space 2 Remake is officially not happening. Right. So I heard it was a well-received remake, but they're just not going to do anymore for whatever reason, which kind of sucks. I haven't played the remake yet. I might one day, but you know, I didn't just actually stream. That was like what, a year and a half ago that I actually played Dead Space. God fucking damn it, that was a while ago, wasn't it? At this point, Jesus. Yeah, but that's a shame that they're not going to continue the remakes. I heard the remake didn't sell too well. That will do it. It's kind of interesting, though. At the same time, if the game is already well received and available, and people aren't really calling for a remake, you're taking a chance, right? Right. If people aren't begging for a remake on something and you remake it, then that's it. The music sounds good. This is Friends of Mineral Town theme track. I used it in the whatchamacallit, Supermarket Simulator stuff. Also good game if you like farming simulation, simulating life sims. Definitely recommend it. Demon Souls Remake and Demon Souls first playthrough. Both really good. Demon Souls blind playthrough was right after Bloodborne, wasn't it? The original Bloodborne, that is. It was on PlayStation 3. Mineral Town? Oh, Mineral Town. Yeah, Friends of Mineral Town is probably my favorite Harvest Moon game. I guess it's called Story of Seasons now, right? But yeah, I'm a big fan of Friends of Mineral Town. I feel like I ended up missing some stuff in Demon Souls, but I feel like it was pretty good overall. Demon Souls Remake, also fairly good. Also really worse than the original in terms of my gameplay for whatever reason. And it was streamed too. You can see my face there. It's a good one. Almost want to put it into A, but we'll put it into B. Yeah. Some of these stream series, like I definitely should have just done a normal series on it. Probably would have been better off that way in terms of like timing. Because backlog, maybe. But I think that's B is pretty good for Demon Souls Remake. A is pretty good for the original Demon Souls in terms of playthrough. Detroit Become Human. That was a fantastic game and series, and I didn't get like. I didn't do too bad when it came to certain like things, right? Don't want to spoil anything, but I did pretty good. There was a few questionable moments for sure. Maybe one time I thought I was just gonna stop a guy and I stabbed him. I don't know, but it's fine. Probably would have stabbed him if I got the option and I knew it was the option. Backlogs will outlive the plan. Nah, not at my rate, but maybe for some YouTubers. I need to get some more going for Metaphor, though. I only got 2 episodes done today. That was supposed to be a day I could record a little bit because, well, pretty much nothing was going on. Oh, well. But yeah, Detroit Become Human, great game. Again, very questionable decisions, choices that I made sometimes, but wasn't always my fault. At the same time, it made for a fun experience. Definitely didn't definitely didn't get a takeaway with the message they were trying to send with the game for the most part. Because I think by the end of the series, like, it's like, wow, I totally want to get one of these androids if this made life that easier, right? But still, very, very fun series. Stellar Blade in 2025, maybe. I heard that game was really good. People compared it to Nier Automata, right? So, I'm not sure if that's gameplay-wise or because it's an attractive lead. But it could be both. Yeah, S is good for Detroit. Digimon Cyber Sleuths. Now, these were fantastic games. However, my illiteracy, dyslexia, and inability to pronounce Japanese words comes on full display in both of these series. I love these games. I think the series were pretty decent for the most part in terms of like enjoyability. I fucking butcher so many names in these series. It is kind of hilarious. Yeah, that's right. By the time the second one came out, I abandoned like the header and just had my logo on there. I really hope they make more of these games. Yeah, we'll do A. I think they're really enjoyable if you like Digimon type monster tamer games and me. If you can't stand someone not being able to pronounce something right, they'll be in like an F tier. Because I fucking butcher a lot of things in those. Disco Elysium. This was another Patreon series. I also really enjoyed this game. It was definitely not everyone's cup of tea. It's probably the most political thing I ever played on this channel for sure. But it was such overly, like, over the top political that, at least from my perspective, I didn't think anyone would take anything really too seriously with it. I think overall it was a really great game. They don't sugarcoat it in terms of like messages they're trying to send here and there. I was kind of hoping they would make another one, but from what I understand, things got fucked up at that studio. Yeah. So I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea. B, C. I feel like there's definitely gonna be a lot of B's, huh? Pretty much calling myself mid. Which, let's be honest, is far from the truth. I am an S tier, baby. Yeah, I guess B's alright. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea. But, for the most part, I really enjoyed the game. And I didn't fuck up too much stuff, which is nice. Dishonored. Oh, man. So, I'm horrible at stealth games. But I did my best, for the most part, not to be, like, to be stealthy for the first Dishonored before the DLC. Which didn't do some reloading, and I know that was not everyone's cup of tea. But I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to doing the next DLC for Dishonored and hopefully getting to 2 at some point. But I thought it was pretty good. Did you ever play Nier? I played Nier Automata, not the other Nier games. If your B is average, definitely most of your Let's Plays will be average. Chronos quality. Good to see Digimon gets A. They're really good, but if you can't stand mispronouncing, don't watch me play it. But yeah, I think Dishonored in A is pretty good. Because I feel like I did pretty alright for someone who's very bad at stealth games. but I definitely had to reload a lot, which is not everyone's cup of tea. I heard they opened a new studio, but unfortunately, hear what happened. Yeah, reading up on it, I was like, man, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on. That I don't think they got the rights to the IP though, right? I don't know. I didn't keep up on it. It was like kind of depressing to read. I don't like reading too much depressing news all at once, and that's usually all the news is. But yeah, maybe we'll get a game like it eventually. So yeah, Dishonored and A, I think that's fair. Doki Doki Literature Club, that's S. This was an amazing game. I loved all the characters. I love doing the voices for all of them. I loved it so much more. Like I loved it so much. I did the DLC for the stuff, and that was just basic, like rom-com slice of life visual novel stuff, and I was so overly joyed doing it. It was just great, and I got creative with the thumbnails eventually, which was very nice. But yeah, definitely recommend that. It's honestly probably one of the favorite series that I've done. At least in recency bias, right? It definitely just, yeah, I really freaking enjoyed it, like, a lot. But yeah, no, that was just a great experience. You know, it wasn't a great experience though. Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, okay. So I like Dragon Age Inquisition. I definitely feel like the playthrough I did for it was not good. Overall, I thought it was pretty fine. But I don't know. Looking back on it, it was definitely one of those games where it's like, I probably shouldn't have played that on the channel. Oh, actually, I had to buy 2 copies of it too, because it didn't run on my computer. And I ended up getting the PlayStation 4 version for it. Yeah. It's a shame. But yeah, I don't know. Wasn't very good. IMO. Now, Dragonverse 1 and 2, Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse, sorry. How long did you get stuck in the first area? For Dragon Age Inquisition? Like, episodes-wise, after the, like, tutorial area? Man, I don't know. I think I was there for a while. Because I was doing, like, everything. Or trying to do everything, and it was just wasting time, really. But honestly, I barely remember a lot of the gameplay of it. I just remember being disappointed in myself and the series. But Xenoverse, right? Actually, that's kind of interesting. How long did I spend in the first area? Because I was there for a long time, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I usually like doing the extra stuff for the most part until I get bored. Like side quest wise. But I think I stuck to it too much in Inquisition. Which is kind of a shame, but yeah, probably shouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was just disappointed in the series, really. Xenoverse 1 and 2. Xenoverse also was... It didn't break as much, get as much as Dark Souls 3, but it was very popular when it came out. The first one, and the second one too, as well. And for like a fighting game, I did pretty good for it. I'll put the first one in A, and... Xenoverse 2 is just kind of like 1, but better. But I don't think it belongs in S tier. I'm also kind of tempted to put it down in B tier because Like, there's a lot of the DLC I never went back for because they keep fucking releasing DLC for it. I like, make a Xenoverse 3 or a Fusions 2, and god damn it, like, Jesus Christ. Why are you still releasing DLC? Just move on. Anyways, I guess A is fine for it, because it's just like a better 1 IMO. Though 1 was pretty, well, new and exciting when it first came out. I really like that. I'm a big Dragon Ball fanboy though, so that's gonna happen. When I get biased. I almost did Kakarot on the channel, but yeah, they use a lot of copyright music in that. They use a fuck ton of copyrighted music in that. Oh, we're on the Dragon Quest. I've only done 2 Dragon Quest channel series on this channel. One of them is very recent, and we'll be actually doing some post-game stuff again some point, probably this week, maybe Friday, hopefully. Because I figured out where to grind. It was super easy. I think. Let me let's see. Yeah, we'll minimize that a little bit so that it all fits on the screen. Harder to see the icons though now, but it's fine. I am tempted. It's recency biased. Because I definitely know that not everyone liked me looking for all the monsters. It wasn't completely blind, but I'm so forgetful that most of it was pretty blind in terms of, like, certain things. That was really good, though. It was really good. We'll put it in A for now. That doesn't feel right. We'll put it in S for now. I had a blast doing it. I loved it. I Elden Ringed it. By the time the finale for it came out, I hadn't played the game in like 20 days. Something like that. So, yeah, I sat at night. I was just recording until like 2 in the morning pretty much. Which is not something I want to do, but I was so hooked on this game that I just had to play more. But yeah, it was really good, and I loved everything about it. Not to spoil where I'm probably going to put Elden Ring or anything like that. But yeah, I loved playing Dragon Quest III. Yeah, it was just really good. I love the monster arena. I can't wait to finally get to the last one. That's assuming things are going to go as planned when I stream next, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just really good. It's one of those games, like the story for it is still very basic. It's based off an old school Nintendo, like Famicom, the original RPGs, right? It's not going to shatter for the most part. They did add to it with other flashbacky stuff and stuff like that, but the story's not why I loved it. I loved going around, finding things, finding monsters, fighting, getting stronger, and just, yeah, it's just really good. I just really loved it. Dragon Quest XI, though, is kind of slightly different for Dragon Quest III, is that the story for it, for the most part, is really, really good. I love the first 2 acts of it. It's actually one of my more popular series to date, I think, in terms of analytics. That might be old news. Last time I checked, I haven't checked in a while, but, I will say that I guess the post game for it I did do, but I have mixed feelings on the post game stuff, and I can't really get into that without spoiling things. You know, I'll put in an S for now. We might come back and revisit, maybe chat a little bit. It is overall, I think deserves to be up in S tier from my perspective and like just the game's perspective. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Because I didn't hate the post-game stuff. Like I said, have mixed feelings on it, right? I understand it. I also kind of probably would have preferred otherwise, right? If you catch my drift. I was watching recently, I completely forgot the OTS for Yellow, who was the MIDI one they had before the definitive. That's true. There is the definitive version for this out now, which I haven't played yet. I don't even own that one. But apparently they added some side story stuff to it for characters, and I think there's a 2D mode, right? That was on the 3DS version? Or no, Switch. It was on one version that we didn't get, I think, until the definitive version, right? Yeah. Maybe one day, probably not anytime soon, but yeah. Like I said, loved playing it, loved the game. Haven't really wanted to go back and play it again, but who knows? Maybe one day. Earthbound, fantastic game. The stream for it was fairly good. I've had to butcher the VODs on my channel because of copyright bullshit. That I'm pretty sure makes most of the episodes fucking unwatchable, maybe? I don't know. I haven't watched them myself. I just know I had to use YouTube's bullshit to cut out the audio for it. For like a lot of episodes. Actually, not even just cut out the audio. I had to cut out chunks of the episode. Yeah. Yeah. I think D's fine for that. Elden Ring stuff. This is gonna come as a surprise to everyone here, I'm sure. But I loved every second of Elden Ring. I have completed both the main game and the DLC at this point multiple times. I can't stop myself. But I'm not very good at them. Definitely not the DLC one. I had to play through it again when the episodes was about to release just to get a non-scummy finish to it. Though it was kind of unique in that sort of way. I think they're fantastic series. They are long. There is a lot of running around and exploring, which is something I really, really enjoy doing. At the same time, they might not be everyone's cup of tea. I thoroughly enjoyed them, though. I am a narcissist, though, so take it with a grain of, prime rib. I was a little bit... confused as to why the DLC was being nominated for Game of the Year. I think the DLC itself is about as big as a game, but it is still DLC, right? So, like, in terms of Elden Ring, I get it, right? It is a 30-hour, 40-hour DLC. It would be like the Xenoblade Chronicle DLCs getting nominated. Like, I get it, they're the size of a normal game, but it sets kind of like a bad precedent for it, right? Because you don't want some shitty, like, crap DLC being nominated just because it's from a big company, right? Not the first. Is it not the first DLC to be nominated for Game of the Year? I thought it was. But yeah, you say it ranks higher than Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. I love Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of like the game. But I definitely have replayed Elden Ring way more. It's also much easier, much faster to complete than Baldur's Gate 3 is at this point. While the first playthrough of Elden Ring probably, maybe time-wise, was as long as Baldur's Gate 3. Episode-wise, I don't think it was because I cut out a lot of stuff. But I think, like, additional, subsequent playthroughs, there we go, were like 20 hours, 30 hours maybe. So it was pretty fast. But yeah, the DLC thing, it's like great DLC, great experience. I don't think things that are called DLC should be nominated for like Game of the Years, right? Even if they are the equivalent of a new game, which is kind of weird, but I think it just sets a shitty precedent. And there's too many shitty precedents already in gaming that we don't need to pile any more on. Yeah. But Fallout 4, it's not completed, and I didn't like it. Like, I also raged probably for the first time, like legitimate raged near the end of it, more at myself because I was like, I don't hate this game. Like, it's just, I don't like certain design decisions, but I know I hated the game. I think I went into it expecting it to be like the love child of New Vegas and Skyrim. And what I got was like the love child between Fallout 3 and Call of Duty. And it's not what I exactly wanted. So I'll put that in D. It wasn't very popular when it first released anyways, but in terms of my playthrough. But my attitude towards it after like 20 episodes didn't help. Like at all. It's one of those series where I should have called it probably much sooner than I did, which we'll probably get to that somewhere down here. Oh yeah, there it is. Anyways, Far Cry 4. Fun game. It's a shooter game. I'm not very good at shooters, but I feel like I did okay with it. And I feel like overall it was enjoyable. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, actually, you know what? Give me a minute. They can wait 1 second. Why is that? Because I gotta wish you guys a happy New Year's in like 5 seconds. Maybe more than 5 seconds. Oh, there we go. It's at least on my phone. It says 12 o'clock. Happy New Year's, everyone. Welcome to 2025 and January. So Rabbit. I will be back in like 2-3 minutes. I just gotta go check on something. Don't go anywhere because we have a few games to go through, to say the least. Alrighty, we are back. Okie dokie. So yeah, Happy New Year's. And let's get back to critiquing myself and / praising the hell out of myself. So, oh yeah, now we have a ton of Final There's so many Final Fantasy games. My God. I mean, yeah, I have played all of them for the most part, right? Except for some of the spin-offs, or most of the spin-offs, I guess, on the channel. Yeah. Actually, how many spin-offs have I played on the channel? Not many. Like, After Years as a sequel. Yeah, actually, I don't think I've done any of the spin-offs, have I? Like Tactics or Type Zero. I mean, I've played Tactics in the past. I have not played Type Zero, though. I do plan on doing that for the last few years. Now, most of these aren't blind Let's Plays. They're walkthrough Let's Plays. Let's see. Well, sure. So, this is what I'll do. Probably do this solely on, not really reception, but how well I think the walkthrough actually was, maybe? In terms of, like, the walkthrough ones. Yeah. I don't know. Because here's the thing. I think I could have done a lot better for Final Fantasy VI walkthrough. My notes weren't all that great. I didn't do the post-game stuff. The resolution was kind of fucked up because it was a Game Boy Advance one. But it's still, I think, enjoyable to watch. So maybe B for that. I mean, straight up, Final Fantasy VII walkthroughs S tier for sure. I actually think fucking 8 is S tier as well. And Final Fantasy 3 are S tier due to just how well put together my notes were for those ones. I think Final Fantasy 1 and 2 were probably in the A tier. Yeah, the A tier is pretty good for those. After Years, I really enjoyed After Years. To be perfectly honest, like, the notes I had for those were not really notes. I think overall it was still pretty good, so maybe B tier. It's actually a fairly popular series, too, in terms of, like, viewership. Yeah. But overall, I think it was good. Cheers from Mile Hassel. Happy New Year's to you as well. And to anyone that wasn't here when I wished everyone Happy New Year's earlier. We'll skip over these two for now. We'll get back to this in a second. Final Fantasy IV was actually the first walkthrough series outside of a Nuzlocke challenge that I did. And I ended up missing one of the side quests because I went to the moon too fast. Spoiler, sorry, I guess. But yeah, I ended up missing out on something. Is this just water noise? Interesting. Oh, and it was on normal because I actually legitimately thought when they ported it over the PC, this was the DS version ported over to PC, they added a difficulty setting, which is smart on their part because the DS version was stupidly hard. It's doable and enjoyable if you like that sort of stuff, but if you're not expecting that when you go into it, you're going to get your shit stomped. Now, when they ported it to PC, and I saw the normal and hard mode difficulty, I was like, they added a hard mode to this? Like, god damn it. Like, why would you add a hard mode to this? Not knowing that hard mode was actually the default mode on DS, and they actually added an easy mode, or easier mode, and I ended up doing it on normal mode. But I think these series are enjoyable to watch, but I did kind of fuck up here and there. Honestly, I think After Years might deserve to be an A tier, because I didn't really fuck up anything there. I just didn't really have too many notes, but it was still overly enjoyable, I feel like, and valuable information. Well, in terms of like 6 and 4 being my first walkthrough Let's Play where my notes weren't perfect and I ended up missing some stuff accidentally, and 6 was just, while a great game, my notes weren't that great, and I fucked up some things here and there. And I didn't do the post-game at all. Oh, I also didn't do the post-game really. That's not true. I did one post-game super boss, but I didn't do the other one. Mostly because I lost the save. But that was because, yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine for B, I think. Yeah. Now, the Extra Life Final Fantasy stream, I think goes in S tier, to be quite honest. It's a charity stream. I actually had like way better notes for this one than that one. We didn't do the post-game stuff, obviously. It was a charity stream. But overall, we did it on hard mode as well. I feel like it was just the overall better experience, really, for that type of series. I wouldn't mind going back and redoing it one day, the original walkthrough, but that's going to require a lot of time, to be quite honest. Only Set Encounters stream. This is not that long ago we did this. It was actually a stream where I pretty much was only getting experience from Set Encounters, and I thought it was overall a great experience. I did not make a highlight video like I had planned to do. I probably shouldn't have waited until I had 9 hours of footage to edit down. That didn't help at all. But it, is the music done? How about this? We'll turn on Stardew. Yeah. Stardew's good. What was I saying? The Extra Life stream. Yeah, it was just overly, it was just really, really good. And I feel like watching it back is just a pleasant experience. IMO. Yeah. 9. The Chocobo Forests were kind of rough, if I remember correctly. But overall, I think A's probably pretty good for that. Yeah, that's probably... That's probably good. Oh, Mystic Quest. Yeah, Mystic Quest wasn't really a full-fledged walkthrough, but it was great. I don't know. I'm not sure what time is it on, but happy New Year's to you as well. Love you. Oh, thank you for watching and binging my stuff. Yeah, welcome to me judging myself horribly with a tier list. And actually, I'm patting my own back for most of these, aren't I? Yeah. Mystic Quest. So it's not really a walkthrough, though I did remember a lot of it. But it's not blind Let's Play either, but I loved it. Like, I loved doing it. Again, it could be recency bias, but... yeah. Is that gonna go in the S? I think that's gonna go in the S. Do I have any big hope for the New Year's? Not really. Looking forward to, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster coming out, or port, or whatever you want to call it. And Suikoden and stuff, of course. But other than that, I gotta repair the house a few times. Final Fantasy V. I did the mobile version for this, because I think it was it... I downloaded, I don't think it was BlueStacks. I think it was, like, Android something emulator. Or maybe I switched to BlueStacks eventually. But yeah, this was the mobile version, because they didn't actually have a port out for Final Fantasy V yet. So that was fun, getting halfway through the series and then them porting over to PC. This is my luck. In terms of walkthrough wise, I feel like, is it S? It might be S. Because it was a great game, and I feel like maybe A. No, you know, I definitely think S is good for that. Yeah. Yeah, that seems right. They were waiting for me to be able to. Yeah, pretty much. Definitely whenever I do like an older game, I'm like, okay, there's a good chance this is going to be freaking remade or ported to something easier to play on soon. Let's see. We got the Final Fantasy VII Remake and the DLC and Rebirth. Let's see. Overall, I really love the Final Fantasy remake stuff. They're getting very Kingdom Hearty in some regards, so I hope they tone that back a little bit going forward. But these three, I feel like, I think A is good for them. Overall, great experience. While it's weird in terms of like blind and not blind, because yeah, I don't know what these games are gonna have, but in story wise, except for the DLC, which was like completely new, story wise, things are very different, but also very much the same in some regards, if that makes sense. Like, I understand where things are going. There's a lot of new stuff here, of course, that I have no idea what this is. And they're getting Kingdom Hearties. And they're also incorporating, like, the mobile game, which I hated. But I think overall, they probably belong in A tier. Again, recency bias for some of these, and that I'm a fanboy for Final Fantasy for the most part. Now, 10. 10 is interesting. I feel like, for the most part, walkthrough-wise, is pretty good. The bad part about it is that I had to replay the entire fucking thing on PlayStation 4 because, for whatever reason, and I, to this day, don't really understand what the fuck happened, but my save file got turned into a locked or read-only file, so it couldn't be saved. So I made a video on it. I still think I left it up, where I could not save anymore. Like, I recorded an entire episode, went to save, came back, and was like 30 minutes in the past. And I was very confused as to what the fuck was going on. It wasn't until, like, hell, recently that I learned that it was something to do with the file becoming read-only. I didn't turn it to read-only. I don't even know where the file was fucking, saved on the computer. But, yeah, I had to replay the entire game in order to finish the series. So that was kind of bullshit, to say the least. I use 10 every time as a walkthrough when you're... Yeah, I think the walkthrough for it is pretty good. I think the fact that I had to replay it from the beginning up until very close to the end, not like the end, but close enough to the end that it was kind of insane, was super annoying. Where am I gonna put it, though? That's the thing. Because had to replay it, got super glitched out for some reason, Walkthrough was pretty good, though. Great, even. I also lost my Dark Souls 2 saver. You know, it goes in B. Yeah. Yeah, because one of the fixes that I was reading about it was clearing... Oh, it was the app data. The save point... I think the save was supposed to be in the app data or something like that. It's like, oh, clear out the app data and might... like, the cloud might fix it or something stupid like that. And that's where Dark Souls 2's fucking save file was, and I lost it doing that. Right. Great series for viewers, I would imagine anyways. Not so great when I had to replay the entire game. I couldn't skip cutscenes if I remember correctly. They didn't have like a skip cutscene function. Is that true? That sounds not true, but I think it is true. Because I remember being annoyed by that. Because, like, text-wise, I could just speed through it, but... No, Final Fantasy XII. This was a blind series. Can't skip. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, that's messed up. Those are long cutscenes. Final Fantasy XII. Honestly, good game. I remember I mentioned this when we started the series that I played a little bit of the PlayStation 2 version of it, but I ended up not really enjoying it. Alright, we're back. I'm a little wetter now. It started pouring out while Casey was taking a crap. Sorry about that. Alright. Yeah, he has had an upset stomach today and yesterday. Hopefully it clears up though. Soon. Wasn't expecting, rainstorms today, so that's unfortunate. It is what it is. But yeah, Final Fantasy XII. Blind Let's Play, very fun. I enjoyed it. I think most people that watched at the time enjoyed it. Actually, I have been... Oops, sorry, didn't mean to punch that. I have been thinking about going back and playing it again in my own time at some point. I do like the Gambit system. I wish more games that didn't have controllable party members had something like that. You know what? Oh, I had to fucking butcher the ending music, though, because of copyright stuff. Yeah. I think A is fair for it. Let me get the Final Fantasy 13 games. First Final Fantasy 13, I had some weird setting on my computer that made, like, the eyelashes of everyone really fucked up. That was weird. But overall, I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't super understand, like, a lot of the story beats, because they gave you, like, an in-game wiki that I just didn't read. My bad, but at the same time, like, come on. But it was pretty fun for the most part. Combat-wise was pretty good. I thought, like, the system they had for it was pretty good. The info notes on Libra for the Icon fights didn't show. Yeah, there was something going on with it. I enjoyed Final Fantasy X-2 a little more. Actually, a lot more. It's monster taming. I'm a big fan of that. Though, story-wise, Mm. Okay, we'll put the original 13 down in B because it's enjoyable. It's a good series. I think, like, a decent series. I think 10-2 and Lightning Return belong in A in terms of, like, my playthroughs of it. I did wish we had more party members in any party members in Lightning Return. I think we had one for, like, one quest or something like that. We had, like, a helper at some point, but it was only for, like, one battle, right? Or was that something else? But it was, I think, an overall really fun time, a great experience, and a great series. Yeah, I guess A is pretty good for Lightning Returns. I would say either A or a very high B. I think Final Fantasy X-2 definitely, not 10-2, 13-2 deserves to be an A for sure. We should play Final Fantasy X-2 at some point. I would have to use a guide for that if I was going to get, like 100%. I've only ever played that game once, and I used the guide for that too. I think I got 2 physical walkthroughs over there for that game. But anyways, yeah, I think that's fair. B for 13 and A for Lightning Returns and 13-2. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. That's honestly, it was kind of good. It was good when it first released. I thought it was good. General consensus for it was not that great. But apparently after I finished the series, they released a bunch of updates for it that, like, could have improved stuff. Yeah. I did the DLC for them as well, but they canceled a lot of that too, like the ones they had planned. Like the Ariana one, that's not how you pronounce her name, but that's what I call her, the Dragoon lady. She was supposed to have her own DLC, but she never got it. Maybe. Oh, there was copyright issues too with that. Yeah, this is B. B, yeah. It was good. It's a good series. Like, B's good series to watch. You might not have, like, and they might not be the best, of course, or even considered great, but they're decent, I feel like. Like, C is probably gonna need to be your cup of tea, probably. Probably. To do it, to enjoy it, even though, well, shit, maybe I should move Isaac down to D because of how bad the quality was. Yo, no, the ending for 15 was really good. I might be holding the updates they did for it after I finished the series too high, but also general reception for it. I'm taking into account for that as well. So I think B's fine as well. We still have a decent amount to go. Oh, fuck it. Super Auto Pets. Final Fantasy 16. I feel like this goes in B as well. I really enjoyed the story. The combat-wise, I thought was fine for an action game. I did end the game wanting more, well, Final Fantasy in it. I wanted party members. I wanted better equipment. I wanted equipment that actually felt like it did something. Like, the equipment in Final Fantasy 16, when I was doing it, it just felt like it barely changed anything. But I think overall, it's a good series. It's a good action game for the most part. It's a decent action game. There's definitely better action games out there. I do wish there was more RPG elements in it. But it is what it is. The cutscenes and stories in this game were amazing, though. I hated the mother with all my heart, but at the same time, I think B's decent spot for it. If I had party members that I could change and equip, I probably would have definitely put it up higher. I feel like that's a general consensus too, from the like comments I got for it. But yeah, I think that's fine for that. Fire Emblem Engage. Patreon series. Good game. I don't think I played it the best possible way, for sure. You do get the doggo in 16, but he didn't really have much in terms of upgrades, if I remember right. Yeah. I mean, he does get better eventually, but yeah, it's. I think B's fine for it. Yeah, Fire Emblem Engage. I did not play this super well done. Well, super well, I should say. It's not a steak. I can't wait 10 years from now for a tier list that takes half a day to... Yeah, this is taking longer than I thought it would, be quite honest. It's fine. We're almost done. Yeah, I didn't play super good for Engage. General reception for it was okay. For the most part. It's definitely, you know what, I think it's definitely one of those things that you have to really like Fire Emblem going into it, and me to probably get a super enjoyable time for it. That might be too harsh. That might be too harsh. I think I'll leave that, though, for now. Now, Three Houses, I think, was pretty fantastic. Again, I didn't play very well, for the most part. Eventually, I feel like I had really powerful characters, just from... Is that thunder? Oh, fuck. Great. Anyways, we should speed this up then. Yeah, Three Houses, I feel like was more straightforward. Like, you didn't have to really enjoy Fire Emblem games to watch me play it, I feel like. Again, I didn't play it, like, super perfectly, but I ended up getting a lot of characters that were just really strong and held their own. Oh, right, and we did the secondary route for a stream. I forgot about that, actually. Yeah, we did one route here, and then the alternate route over there. It's, Thor's like, come on, complete this here. Yeah, apparently. I think B's good for the stream path one. That story route, I didn't exactly enjoy, but the style, it was still fine and fun. But so yeah, I think B is good for that. Genshin Impact. Oh, that's a rough one because I didn't complete Genshin Impact, obviously. I kind of just wasn't able to stream for a while and I fell out of it. And they didn't give me oh no, it wasn't even just that. They didn't give me the character I wanted when I was pulling. So yeah. Did you change houses in Three Houses? I chose... Hi, Venus. I chose Black Eagle, I think, at the start. And then you can do some alternate stuff later. And that's what the stream was the alternate stuff. I never get to the DLC for it, though. Oh yeah, Genshin. Super enjoyable. Very Breath of the Wild. It's a gacha game. I dropped it after not having time to stream, and because they didn't give me my fucking character that I wanted, which is really on them. Was super fun though. And people liked it. I guess B now. Need Tactic Ogre but not Reborn because of... Oh, is Reborn voiced? I don't think I played... Maybe Ogre 6... I played a Tactics Ogre, but... Not to completion. It was like... It was on Super Nintendo. And I had no idea how to actually fucking play it. You had like little dudes on a map. Is that Ogre 64? No. Or Ogre... That's Ogre Battle. Never mind. But yeah. Yeah, Genshin I think is good in B. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. That's a game I loved, but I think people exactly didn't really like watching me play it for the most part. Very interesting story. It was good story. Good gameplay. There was some stealth to it, but there was also just run in and stab people sometimes. So, well, that's usually how it ended for me. I think B is good for... you know what? Yeah, B is fine. God of War. So again, really good games. But I think you really need to be into either just me or God of War itself to probably enjoy my playthrough of it. Thank you, sweetie, for climbing on me like that. Yeah. Again, great games. I loved every minute of them, but I think playthrough-wise, probably not the best person to play them. Also, kind of never went back for the post-game stuff. Oh, Hades. Yeah, we never finished it. It's a really good game, though. All right. 1 second, guys. I gotta take another quick break. I'll be right back. All right. Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. Did I do the DLC for God of War? I have not done the DLC for the God of War, Ragnarok yet. I don't know when I'll do that. I heard it was really good, though. And it's free. Everyone likes free stuff. This stream's gonna go... Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. It is what it is, though. Welcome to Chronos, pretty much. Anyways, Hades. So really enjoyed the game. Was somewhat popular for the stream series. Again, kind of fell out of time to actually do it, and then I never completed it though. But it is good. But I'll put it in D. Should do more Fire Emblem stuff? Yeah, one day maybe. Came for the walkthrough, stayed for the humor. Well, thank you. We'll still be here for the tier list. Yeah, one of these days, right? Hollow Knight. You know, the prequel to Silk Song that will, you know, clearly come out sometime soon. Hollow Knight was really good. It was a stream series. But we were actually able to stream fairly regularly at that point, and it was overall pretty good. There was some stuff I wasn't able to do, right? There was like an optional boss that I just could not beat. But I think overall it was... I think it was a fairly good to great series. Honkai Rail. Yeah. Another series that I really, really enjoyed, but kind of haven't been able to like stream at the time. And kind of, I actually was giving me characters that I wanted, but I just kind of stopped playing it. Probably put it in B tier, because what's there is enjoyable, I feel like, from the reception of it. But, yeah, it's not completed. It's just kind of stops. I should probably lower both Genshin and Honkai, but I do really enjoy those games and what I played of them. Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn, another Patreon series, really good series. I think it falls into the same category as God of War, though. Like, I think you have to really like Horizon Zero Dawn and probably me to want to watch me play it. At least that's the general feel I got out of it. Though, for whatever reason, the one short I have of this game has done extraordinarily well. I think it's like 70,000 views at this point, which is kind of stupid because it's not even that funny of a clip. It's like, I mean, it's funny. Yeah, it's like 68,000 right now. It's just pure skill, and I just jump off a cliff. It's funny, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why it took off compared to some of my other shorts. I probably should do more shorts because, well, that's what YouTube fucking shows people these days. I don't really understand shorts. I mean, some shorts I get, but I don't know. Yeah, I think if this falls into the same category as God of War, so probably C tier. Yeah, C or B. It's like God of War, because I really enjoyed the playthrough and the game, but if I'm gauging this out of like how I felt about the series and how it was received, it's probably C, right? Yeah. To be fair, I feel like maybe I should readjust some of these if we're being completely honest, but it's fine. Maybe one day we'll do that. Oh god, the Kingdom Hearts stuff. There was a time, like, I think this is before... Was this before my mom's brain aneurysm? Jesus Christ. That true? Because there was a time I used to be able to stream a few times a week, and that's when we were doing that. Let's see. Where were these? Oh, right. They weren't actually on YouTube. Come on. Really need to get that tray. When were these streams? So that one was definitely after. Yeah, actually, alright. Yeah, they were the first one and Chains of Memory. Well, Chains of Memory started right before that happened. And then I had some time to actually stream those days. Oh my god. I have no idea where to put these, to be quite honest. 3, I think, falls into C category. Like, you really need to wanna... Well, no. Okay, so I enjoyed doing 3, but at the end of it, like, as time went on, I kind of was like, yeah, that could have been a lot better. Like, they could have done a lot more. But I think when I was doing it, it was fine. I don't know. I actually have no fucking idea what to do with these. So I guess that probably means C, right? Because I'm not really sure how to fucking go about these. Actually, you know what? Where's... This is Kingdom Hearts 2, right? Put that in B. Actually, Kingdom Hearts... Yeah, put Kingdom Hearts 2 in B. Birth by Sleep was also really good as well. Put that in B. Yeah, probably. Lies of P. Another Souls-like, Pinocchio style. I think A is good for that. 1, great thumbnail. 2, great game. 3, I did pretty good with it for the most part, right? There was some bosses I got kind of stuck on, but for the most part, it was pretty great. Oh, Live Alive. Yeah. Let's do A for that. That was a fantastic game. I was waiting for an official translation for that for so long. And we finally got it, and man, is that remake beautiful. And also really well done in terms of everything it did with it. Also, pretty good thumbnail with my face on the robot. Lost Ark, I kind of forgot I did this. Was this a stream? Or was this a, like... There's one there. This was a stream. You go in D. Hades, you go in the C because I don't want you in the same category as that. Oh, okay. Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2. I did Mega Man 2 for Extra Life? What the fuck? So Mega Man 1 was the first series I did. We watched it, all of it, to react. Not that super long ago. It was a few years ago at this point, I feel like. But humor is still pretty much the same. Mic quality, absolute trash. Probably put it in C for that. Each episode is like 4 minutes long. I do remember I uploaded the first episode and then I had to delete it for some reason. And I ended up uploading it again and it ended up getting like 2 subscribers. Like this was the first time for the first video on the channel. I distinctly remember that and I don't know why. I'm pretty sure they were bots. I should replay Mega Man 1 at some point. do the same style, right? Just literally just word for word repeat what I said in each episode, but like totally different gameplay and with the good quality mic. Should go in S tier. I think the React series, the React video of it would probably belong in the S tier. The series itself probably C tier. I don't remember playing Mega Man 2 for Extra Life at some point. Mega Man 2 is great. I don't know if it was any good though. I'm assuming it was. And this must have been when I did multiple games in Extra Life. Yeah. Probably? I have no idea. Mega Man X2. I did Mega Man X. Is that not on here? Oh, it was only one video. Never mind. It was like the first stream I got as like a affiliate on Twitch, I think. Yeah. Mega Man X2, I think B's pretty, A. I wasn't that good at it. I was a lot worse than I thought I was going to be for Mega Man X. But I want to get around to X3. I've only played that game like once or twice. Probably B if I'm taking this long. Good game, great game. Mega Man X game, well, okay. Mega Man X 1 through like 3 and 4 kind of great games. Okay, I've only played 3 a couple times, like I said, but it was pretty great. 4, you could finally choose between Mega Man X and 0, which was cool. Like permanently, not just like a once in a while thing. Horrible voice acting. We'll get to that eventually, probably. But yeah, X1 and 2 were amazing games. I'm very good at X1 with the first X. X2, not so much. Metaphor. Well, okay. We're not done with Metaphor. I think reception-wise, it's a Patreon series as well. Though some people are like, that should not have been a Patreon series. I wasn't planning on playing it. Like, and for a little while, because we had just finished Persona 3 Reloaded. But it was voted on, so... And to be fair, I'm having a blast with it. It's not done yet, obviously. We're mid-series. I think the reception for it's been pretty decent. I don't think I'm doing anything too stupid for the most part with it. So I think for now, I'll put it... Yeah, Yeah, A's fine for now. We'll worry about that later. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna... Neo, we'll just cut ahead for a little bit. Horrible series. Unfortunately, one of my cats at the time, Void, came in during one of the episodes and had a heart attack or a seizure or something and died in my arms. And it has fucking stuck with me forever. And I could not play that game anymore. So if there was anything lower than D, I would put it down there. But for now, it's in D. Ni no Kuni, completely different. Another great game, a monster taming game. Story was a little weird. Not weird, but here and there. Overall, well, okay. So gameplay-wise, some of the gameplay aspects were pretty not great. At the same time, I feel like the game was pretty good. Great even. Probably B. Maybe A. Another Patreon series. Probably A. Yeah. The taming aspect for it was not great. It was okay. I played worse taming games for sure when it comes to like actually getting a monster, but it was okay, and the story was like, all right, come on. But at the same time, I think the first episode did have me saying I should drown that kid in a river, but not the main character. So, you know, there's always a plus there. Definitely A. I want to get to 2 at some point. I know 2 wasn't as well received, but apparently there's like base building in that game, or like a town building thing. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if they kept the same monster recruiting though. Nier Automata. Honestly, an amazing game. In terms of my playthrough, for the most part, I think I did pretty good. but I fucked up the brightness for a few episodes. Because on the preview for the recording, it looked kind of like dark, so I was like, oh, I'll just up the brightness a little bit. And then when it was done, like uploaded, it was just way too bright. It is really a good series, though, in my opinion. Not to toot my own horn. A or S? I think S. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. Both really good games. I think they both go in A. I think you definitely probably need to enjoy games like Octopath to probably watch me play them. They did last a while when we were doing that. Oh, monster recruiting isn't a thing in 2? Ah, okay. Yeah, both series lasted a decent amount of time, and I definitely feel like you have to like Octopath to watch me play it, but at the same time, I feel like the series were pretty good. Now, the post-game or Super Boss stuff I couldn't do. Same with Octopath 1, where I just could not beat that boss at the end, which kind of sucks, but I feel like they're good series. Outlast stream. This might be controversial, but I think the Outlast streams were an S tier. I feel like. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I definitely feel like they were S tier. If you don't like horror games, you're probably not going to like that one. Still, Paper Mario, aside from some technical issues involving a dolphin, I think the series also is an S tier. That was an amazing game. I'm still kind of mad that Toadette wasn't like a party member that I could get. She was the most adorable fucking character in this goddamn game. That's a lot of Persona games too. Like Final Fantasy, we had a ton. I kind of forgot I had played this many fucking Persona games, huh? Oh, you know what? You Splunky 2, you can go and see Dead D tier because, goddamn, I was so bad at that game and it wasn't even that good in terms of like my streams. Oh, there's Tears of the Kingdom. Whoops, wrong button. Oh, I got out of full screen mode, you dick. There we go. We're kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Where the Tears? Yeah. I'm gonna put that in S tier. There we go. I really like Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think it was as well received to deserve an S tier, probably, but I think it deserves to be in an S tier. And you should go watch it. Rogue Legacy, you go in D tier. Again, like Spelunky 2, barely streamed it, and I was not good at it. Decent thumbnail for the most part. Is there anything else that I would put in D tier that I don't want to talk about too much or don't have anything to say? XCOM 2, actually. First time streaming it, had to change over the PC because it fucking overheated my PlayStation 4, and then I just stopped streaming it after a while. It was a fun game, but definitely, yeah, definitely a D tier, I feel like. Anything else? Anything else just straight up D tier? I don't see anything else that I'd put in D tier. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Persona 2... Is that the first Persona 2? No, that's Eternal Punishment. This is Innocent Sin. Right. So Innocent Sin, I'll put in A tier. Overall, I think that was an extremely well-received series. and I thought my play style for it was fairly decent. It was kind of easy-ish, but okay for the most part. I think overall, I feel like it was slightly better than Eternal Punishment. Is that right? God, I can't remember if I said the opposite when we did the series. I feel like Innocent Sin was probably a little bit better than Eternal Punishment. Oh, also Eternal Punishment didn't actually have an official translation for the PSP one, right? Had to get the fan stuff. I'll put Eternal Punishment in B. They're both really good games. I feel like Innocent Sin was probably a better series than this. This is still good series though. I don't want to say it's really worse or not, but where's the first Persona? There you are. First Persona. I love that it's just that guy's head. I'm gonna put it in A. I think just because it was just a straight up first Persona game, and like it was super easy up until the end, where I got kind of like I had to grind a little bit. But I think it was just an enjoyable series overall. It was pretty quick too. I do need to go back and do the Snow Queen route. So yeah, we'll get there eventually. I feel like it was, I think that deserves an A. I mean, I think Eternal Punishment, Eternal Punishment deserves an A as well. They're all really decent games. I will say Persona 3, the original one, and probably Reloaded too, deserve an S. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that too. I don't know viewer-wise if people would agree Reloaded was an S or maybe something lower, but definitely the first one, I think, was extremely well received. And aside from the AI-controlled party members doing stupid things, overall, a very good experience. Reloaded was just kind of an improved upon experience with graphics and a controllable party members. And some extra hangouts for the guys anyways. The answer. Now, I actually haven't done the Reloaded answer yet. I had planned on getting to that at some point, but I just hadn't really had the time or desire to. Probably put the answer in A tier. It is kind of just a dungeon rush. There is a lot of cool stuff to it. Yeah. At least from a series point of view, because yeah. Never forget how Fukas. Yeah, no, she that was hilarious. Now it's hilarious. At the time, I was laughing because of how goddamn angry I was. But my God. Yeah, I think the answer in A is pretty good. It's a kind of different experience, obviously. It is a DLC for the most part. But let's see, Persona 4 Arena. There was 2 of these, right? Or was it all in one series? It was all in one series. Fighting game, not very good at fighting games, but the story was there, and I think overall good experience. Probably B though. Like, it's a decent playthrough for the most part, and it builds upon 4. Yeah, I think B is good for that. Persona 4 dancing. This made me sick. Like, the first time I streamed it, I was fucking nauseous afterwards and got a headache. I don't really do too good with like motion sickness stuff. It was fine. I'll probably put that in C. Like, the music was good. The story was alright for the most part, but yeah, I definitely feel like C is probably good for that. Persona 4 Golden, S tier. Yeah, that was 4 was a shockingly good experience for me playing that, right? Because I was coming off of 5, and 5 was my first Persona game, and I was like, well, I'm sure it'll be pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be as good or better in certain spots than 5, but it was, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did have to upload the second episode twice because, like, I stupidly forgot. I was like fumbling over my words, and I forgot to cut it out. So embarrassing. I probably still do that and just don't realize it. Trying to drink more water without any, like, you know, no calorie mix in it. It's very boring. Persona 5. Okay, so we got 3 Persona 5s here. We got the original, we get Royal, and then we get Strikers. So I think we'll put Strikers in A. Yeah. A, yeah, it's good. It was like a Dynasty Warrior type game, and the story was good. I did kind of wish there was a way to incorporate some of, like, the, I don't know, the other stuff, like from your save files or something, to do from a social links, right? It's kind of the same problem that, like, Arena had, where it's like, I'm pretty sure I maxed out all these social links, but you're acting like I didn't. So it's kind of like, but it was really good. Though, A or B? If I'm asking, I'd probably just put it in B, right? Yeah. Now, the Royal game in the 5, the original 5, I mean, I think I gotta put both of them in S. They're legitimately, for the most part, aside from some additional content here and there, they're kind of the same game. There's some extra stuff from Royal, of course, as a whole post-game thing, or not post-game, but like an extra part of the game. So it's really good. I will say near the end of them, I was like, yeah, we almost done with this? Like, we've been doing this for a while, and it's felt like an ending was coming every time. Yeah. So I think S is good for those guys. Again, they were my first, 5 was my first Persona game. So it does kind of have a special part in my heart for that. Shocking amount of Pokemon. For some reason, I didn't think I did that many Pokemon stuff on the channel. Oh, the original Heart Gold. That can go in D because I never finished that. Yeah. Yeah. I did eventually do one, though, right? For an extra life? Thought I did. I did. It's not on the list, but that's fine. Phoenix Wright games. I gotta, I think, put them all in S tier, right? They're so good. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm fucking hilarious in most of them. And the games themselves were really enjoyable. So I feel like, yeah, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the visual novel stuff is probably going to end up in S tier, just because they were all shockingly very good. From someone who didn't really get visual novels for the most part, they ended up being some of my best shit. All right, so Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke, one of my first series after Mega Man. Again, quality-wise, not that great in terms of, like, mic and probably commentary for the most part. But it is a Nuzlocke, and it is kind of enjoyable. And, if you just like me, you'll probably could go back and watch it even with the lower quality and still have a good time. I'd hope anyways. Pokemon Arceus. That was shockingly a little while ago at this point, wasn't it? It was a stream. Fun game. I'm surprised they didn't add more to it eventually. Yeah, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu A. And then the Omega Ruby Nuzlocke, right? I'm gonna put that in A2. Let's Go Pikachu. They really need to make a Let's Go Johto or something like that, right? Like, come on. I don't know what the starting, like, the two iconic Pokemon would be, but still. This thumbnail is amazing. You know what? Fucking goddamn, that goes in S just for the thumbnail alone. God damn it. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Sword. I probably put these in B for the most part. I enjoy them. They were Nuzlocks. Excuse me. They could have been better overall, I feel like. Yeah, these are fine there, I think. Oh, the Saga Frontier. We never finished that either. We have fucking... I want to get to that Fuse stuff eventually. This is what I'm talking about, water. It's choking me, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I guess I'll put that in D tier because it's not finished. No, I'm putting that in C tier because it's Saga Frontier. And while I didn't do all the series, I did 2 of them. They're pretty good. A couple episodes long. I think for Portal 1 and 2, I'll put Portal 1 in A, and then I'll put Portal 2 in S. Because they were both very good. One was really quick and kind of short, but still pretty decent. Happy New Year's, Clearwolf. Sekiro, another Souls-like game. Really great game. I was horrible at the parry for it, though. So I didn't really use it that much. Probably B. Because I definitely could have played better. But overall, I did pretty good with the limited skill set that I had. And I did beat a lot of the Actually, I beat all the bosses. Alright, A. You convinced me. Nocturne. Not my first SMT game, right? Because, like, technically Persona 3 was an SMT game. Actually, Persona 4 was an SMT game, too. Though, they're not really. They're spin-offs. Yeah, just started mine with the explosion of Starkiller's base at midnight. Nice. I think I'll go back to start the VOD. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time. I think it's a few hours now that I've been doing this. Shockingly, I didn't think it was gonna take this long. But yeah, Nocturne was like my first pure SMT game, right? Oh, shit. I remember I unlocked the hard achievement because I ended up getting an ending where I really didn't have to do anything. And I just changed the difficulty to hard. Yeah, I'll put that in A. The remaster for it was pretty good. Well, it was... I thought it was good, but general consensus seems to be kind of lower on the totem pole for that. But, yeah. SMT5, again, I'll put it on A. Fun time. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Probably could have played a little bit better, but probably could have waited till it wasn't on the Switch, like get the PC version or something, but you know, I really didn't plan that out, so I do want to get to Vengeance at some point and do the alternate path for that. I also want to get to the other SMT games, like 4. One day, maybe. The 2 Spider-Man games. So we got Miles Morales and the series for Spider-Man. I think these will probably go into C. Like, I enjoyed these games. I want to play Spider-Man 2, but in terms of like playthroughs for it on the series, I feel like you really just need to want to hear my voice and be a fan of Spider-Man to watch me play it. The Jedi Fallen Order, right? Yeah, Jedi Survivors. This one, which I don't have unwrapped yet, but we'll be getting to it at some point. Probably B. A fun series. I didn't do everything in it, of course. And, probably could have played better and explored a little bit more, so I think B is fine for that. Now, we got a few Suikoden's, right? We got the walkthrough Suikoden, and then we got the Extra Life Suikoden's. So in terms of walkthroughs, right. So I'm gonna put one in A, yes. 2 is gonna go into S. 3, I'm gonna put into B. Yeah, because I could have done a little bit better with some things in 3. Though honestly, it was pretty good to cut out a lot of the backtracking there. But I think that's fair there. I'm gonna put 4 in. I'm gonna put 3 in A. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna put. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put 1 up in S. There we go. So these 3 can be in A. I didn't have the best notes for 5, but I still feel like it went really good. I feel like those are pretty good in A tier. Now, for the Extra Life Suikoden's, I'm just gonna put an S tier because, like, of course, why wouldn't I? It's just Suikoden 1 and 2, but like totally for a good cause. Fucking Super Auto Pet, baby. B tier, just because it took me so long to actually win a goddamn game in that. My god. Good thumbnail, though. Super Castlevania. Probably in B with the other Castlevanias for the most part. I think that's fair. Like, they're enjoyable series. I love doing them, but I definitely know they're not everyone's cup of tea. For sure. Yeah. Oh, Mario Odyssey, man. I kind of forgot I played that. Now that I see it, though, it was a good game. Probably B. Super Mario RPG, though. You know what? Put that shit in S tier, baby. Oh, and the Extra Life stream for Super Mario RPG. I thought that was going to take me like 2 days to complete. I ended up doing it like fucking in like 10 hours. Like, your Suikoden 5 could have been better. A lot like in points you got wrong. Yeah, that's very true. Like, there was some points in 5 that I just had the wrong notes for that I made myself. 1 and 2 S. Yeah, that's pretty much true. I feel this is fair. Like, I had good notes for 4, but there's definitely some stuff that I could have done better. Same with 3. Super Mario Simulator. We haven't finished it. I don't think there really is a finish for it for the most part. I definitely enjoy it. And I might be getting back to some of it for a little bit anyways. Let's put A tier, yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go down here for B because I had to fucking edit out a ton of fucking copyright claimed music that they wanted $500 for this, or they can suck my dick. Yeah, great game though, and I think the series itself is pretty good. That's where all these music files came from, pretty much. So we got Tales of series. We only got 3 of them. More Tales series, please. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely... I know Tales of Gracias is getting a remaster, right? We'll probably jump into that. I've only played the beginning of that, like the childhood part, before I dropped it. Let's see. I think Berseria is A. Overall, well, there was some weird glitching with one of the cutscenes, but it only happened once. It's still A. Zestiria, I didn't understand a lot of the system, like in terms of like the equipment, but I think the overall was still enjoyable. Play Vesperia. I haven't played Vesperia since 360. It was actually the last game I played on my 360 before it red ringed for good. I do have the definitive version somewhere. Tales of Arise. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked most of the characters. I think the playthrough was pretty good. I'll put an A. Near the end of it, I was kind of like, okay, come on, don't do this, please. But, you know, they did that, and it was fine. The Last of Us, S tier. That was an amazing game. I haven't gotten around to the second one. I don't know if I ever will, but well, maybe one day. Left Behind DLC. I'll put in A because it was similar gameplay for the most part, but I definitely enjoy the base game way more. Witcher 3, another one of those games that I feel like you need to enjoy the Witcher 3 and me to really want to watch me play it. I loved it, but man, it went on for a while, and I did like the sentiment wasn't completely there, right? Let's see. Tales in the Sky, first chapter. We'll put first chapter into S and second chapter into S. Those two were amazing games together. I do kind of wish they were just one big game, but that would be a stupidly long game. They are remaking Trails in the Sky, though. Trails in the Sky the third. A? Yeah. Yeah, A's pretty good for there. It wasn't as good as the first two, but it was still pretty good, and general reception was pretty good as well. Now we go on to Cold Steel. So, Cold Steel 1. No, wait, that's Cold Steel 2. Cold Steel 1. I'm gonna put that in S. And I'll put in... Where the fuck did Cold Steel 2 go? Oh, right there. No, you go in there. You go in the S as well. First two Cold Steel games, I was a huge fan of, and general consensus was pretty well received. Big fan. Everyone liked it. Everyone liked watching me play it. Now. So we got Cold Steel 3. I raged like a fucking baby who had its pacifier taken away multiple times in this game. And overall, I just stopped enjoying it like halfway through. And I should have stopped, and I didn't stop. I forced myself to keep playing it. And then I forced myself to go on to the fourth one, which was stupid. Because that's how you just hate something for the rest of your life. I have thought about trying to go back to 4 a few times. And each time I'm just like, no, why would I do that? Why would I waste my time on that when there's so many other games out there that I can play? Yeah. I really should have stopped at 3 and came back to it eventually when I first raged like a little bitch. Absolutely should have stopped and just took some time off and not forced myself to keep playing. I was kind of insulted by how like much I wasn't enjoying the game, if that makes sense. I was pretty much like, how could you do this to the point where you took that point was one of my favorite series and make me not like it this much. And I was trying so hard to be like non-judgmental about it too. I was like, well, you know, I just wasn't, I don't know. I made up some bullshit where I was going to try not to be like fucking too upset about it, but I don't know. Honestly, it was dumb. I should have stopped and just came back eventually, given myself more time, and maybe I wouldn't have hated it so much. But alas, here we are with Until Dawn, which is totally an S tier. They remade it for some reason, or ported it over, or remastered it for some fucking reason recently. I heard it didn't sell that well, understandably, because you can still get this fucking very easily anywhere. So I don't know why they did that. I guess to get it on different systems, maybe? Was it not? It wasn't on PC before, right? I don't know. My playthrough for it, though, was super great. I didn't do too bad. I didn't do it perfectly, but I didn't do too bad. Yeah, that was a great playthrough. The title screen did scare me, you're not wrong. Vampire Survivor. Really fun. Haven't played it in a while. Very samey though. It's very good and very well received, but also extremely samey, so I think you probably need to really enjoy those games to watch me constantly play it. So we'll put it in B. Valkyria Chronicles. Fun game. It was a remake, new scenes, lighting, cameras. Oh, really? Interesting. Still, Valkyria Chronicles, good game. I ended up buying 4 because I was gonna do it at some point. I just never got around to it. But I really enjoy that game. I probably could have done a little better with some of my soldier management. And not running some of my own people over with a tank, but they deserved it. But A, I think is valid for it. Some story things I was like, why'd you do that? You didn't need to do that. That was horrible. You could have not done that. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. So the second Nonary game, Virtue's Last Resort. I thought that said resort for a second. I'm like, that's not the name of it. Definitely going to put this in S tier. Again, the Nonary games were amazing. I enjoyed all of them very much. You know what? Zero Time Dilemma, I think I'll probably put in A. Yeah, it's the last one. I think it fell short a little bit compared to the first 2, but overall, it was still really, really good. I hope VC4 ends up at LP soon, even if it takes a while. Yeah. Well, the first Valkyria Chronicle was a Patreon series. It was actually the Patreon series that replaced XCOM, because XCOM was a Patreon series at first, and then it overheated my PlayStation 4. Yeah. Maybe one day, though. Hopefully. Maybe I could just stream it even at some point. I should not say that because streaming long games is just stupid and ends up to me not completing them. Edith Finch, stream game. I think it was like only 1 episode, right? Really interesting game. It's like a not a walkthrough. What the hell they call a walking simulator? You're just going from here to there and like experiencing the story. It was really good. It's not everyone's cup of tea, so I guess B would be pretty good. It was overall pretty good, though, I think, for a stream game. We're gonna ignore all these Xenoblade Chronicles for a second, and Ys, is it 8? That's 7. God, I don't even know what game I played. 7, right? No, it's 8. Of course it is. Oh god, there we go. Now, despite me not knowing what number it was, I'm going to put this in... I think I got to put it in S. I mean, okay, they didn't do one simple request of killing off one character that I didn't like, sure. But overall, it was pretty good. The ending was a little... interesting, but for the most part, overall, I feel like the whole series was pretty good and well received. Now we got all these goddamn Xenoblade Chronicle games. You are right, Yakuza 0 is not here. Ah. My, oh my. I would probably put Yakuza 0 either in S or A. Probably S. There's probably some series missing from this too, so I'm not gonna nitpick too much. I don't even remember all the series that I've actually done, but yeah. I don't know if I would even get your edit here, to be quite honest, because I don't know if they'll update a live. And I'm not going to refresh because it might just fucking take everything out. But anyways, yeah. What are we going to do with all these Xenoblade Chronicles games? Put them all in S? Is that true? Yes. Yes, it is, actually. Okay, let's think of this logically. I enjoyed them all immensely. They're amazing. As a series, how well were they received? Actually, fairly well. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was actually the first blind series that I did as well. Because at the time, I was like the people... From my experience, just watching people on like YouTube, the people I was watching just didn't do blind Let's Plays. Not yet, and well, okay, one of them still doesn't do it. I really only watch like 2 people on YouTube, and that's barely ever anymore. But still, yeah, blind Let's Plays took over immensely, like, without me even knowing. Yeah, I'd probably put Yakuza 0 in S. I'm not going to refresh the page, even if it was added, because, good lord, I do not want to lose everything here. But that's fine. Are we at... are we at 100 still? No. Okay, we're at 100 now. And we put everything here. It might not be a complete list, for sure. But I think it's pretty good. So, these are all my S ones. Is there anything I want to move out of it? No. Oh, right, I put the first known area in A. Yeah. So, second known area game, definitely S tier. First one, yeah, I'll keep it in A. Is there anything I want to move up or down? I don't think so. No, maybe Bloodborne up a little bit. Nah. It's fine there, I feel like. I do kind of feel bad putting these Kingdom Hearts games here, but at the same time, I think they're valid being in C tier, right? Like, I feel like you have to enjoy Kingdom Hearts and me at the same time to want to watch these, while I'm pretty sure, like, anything in the S or A tier, you could just watch just in enjoying one of them, right? Yeah, and D tier I feel is pretty valid. Except for Neo, that should be lower. Yeah, alright. I feel like that's pretty good. Thank you so much for actually doing something with the silly tier. Yeah, no, it's fine. I needed to do more fucking tier lists anyways. And it's good to rub my narcissism. Why is Ragnarok C? Well, for C, it's not that they're bad series, it's more of like, either I didn't play them that well, or I feel like, it's kind of like why Horizon's in there, or like Baldur's Gate 3's in there. It's like, I feel like you have to probably enjoy the game itself and me at the same time to actually want to watch them, while the other ones, like, you can just like me and listen to my voice and enjoy them, or just like the game and the way I'm playing, while you have to really like God of War or Horizon to watch me play those, right? So, it might be a little bit too harsh, but from my own experience, I feel like it's kind of valid. At least I feel like it's valid. But what's up? Happy New Year to you as well. We're about to call it a night here, I think. So we finished the tier list finally. It took way longer than I was expecting, but I did talk too much, like always. I also had to stop a few times, but that's just my life, sadly. But it is what it is. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with me on the New Year's Eve and into the New Year's, helping me be a little bit of a narcissist and overly judgmental of my own stuff. Shockingly, can be two things of the same kind. If you're watching the VOD of it, let me know what you think. It's gonna be a long VOD. But yeah, let's go ahead and call it a night. Have a good rest of your New Year's. Drive safe if you're going anywhere. It's almost 2 in the morning for me, so I ain't going fucking nowhere. But yeah, if you're celebrating or on the road tomorrow, be safe, all right? So yeah, bye!